Hi Lisa, how are you doing? Thank you so much for your donation. So I read your message, right? I was trying to understand what you were trying to explain to me, and I get it. Okay, so what is the question? I don't quite get your first question. Okay. All right. So is it going to stop partying if you guys become a couple? So your first card here is Queen of Pentacles, which I feel like is your energy. Okay. All right. So you have the Queen of Pentacles. This represents you. Okay. It means that you are actually the one that will. So if you guys get in a relationship, it's how you navigate the relationship that that will determine how it will behave in the relationship. Okay. So maybe having dates where you know in a place that is different from a club will redirect its energy. You know, so this signifies that you are actually the driver in this car, basically. In this situation, you are the one who can control, the situation. So you are more in control than he is more in control. And it looks like he can be easily controlled if you gently navigate him to where you want him to go to. Okay, so you have the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands, which signifies things moving fast between you guys, and also this signifies back and forth communication, and then you have the lover's card, indicating that there is a very big chance that you guys will date. Okay. And then you have this back and forth communication. So your relationship, the way you navigate the relationship is what will determine whether it would continue partying or not. You may want to start, especially when you guys start dating, you may want to start planning dates somewhere else that is different from where you guys used to meet before. That redirects is, attention. And also, your communication, your attention, your relationship will make him kind of, is like putting in energy into a place, right? So let me just explain this to you now. Before I do that, before I do that, is partying kind of increased after some kind of pain, some kind of betrayal. Okay, so that sets him in motion, that made him more kind of energetic in that partying way. Okay, so he is using the partying, okay, or initially he used going to parties, drinking to numb the pain that came from this betrayal. Okay, so when he's not happy, that is when he parties the most, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's still the same confirmation here. So it's not like that's what he wants to do with his life, right? But he uses it to kind of mask pain and whatever happened to him in the past. Now, when that energy shifts from from partying to a relationship again, okay, that partying gets cut off, like not completely, it will still party, but the intensity will drop because now is channeling the energy, is redirecting the energy into a relationship. Okay, so it's like there's no way you can give this energy and give that energy as well. All right, so yes, when you guys get into a relationship, the pattern is going to reduce, but again, it also depends on you. Where do you want to channel his attention to? Okay, so if he says, for example, maybe you guys start dating and he says, okay, let's meet in the club, then you can now suggest, why don't we go to so and so place instead of the club? Like, I just like us being, alone. Let's have our time alone together instead of going to a noisy place where, third party voices kind of enters into the discussion. And when you guys meet in a personal place, in a more quiet place, that's when you guys have, private conversation, deeper conversations. Okay, it makes him kind of open up more about personal stuff instead of being in like a loud place where you guys talk about general stuff, if that makes sense. So what I want you to know is that is drinking. So let me just nail it. Is drinking, okay, is not social. He's not a social drinker, okay? He's connected to his emotions. He's like emotional dependency. Yes. So he's depending on the alcohol to take some worries out. Okay. When he starts a relationship with you, that emotional dependency moves to you. And that is why I said you can actually control him because you have the power to do. You are more stable, you are more focused and more grounded. So it means that you can also ground him and you can also control, the situation. All right. So Again, another thing he uses alcohol to do is, for example, if he likes someone, that's when he drinks a lot, okay? Because most times he may not want to open up about his feelings towards the person, and then he uses drink to kind of mask that and try to run away from that as well. All right. Yes. So that's part of the reason why he drinks a lot. So you can actually redirect that, and um, you can actually redirect that, okay? But it's not going to stop in one day. It's slowly, okay? You can slowly take him out of that, especially when he becomes emotionally dependent on you, if that makes sense. So let me tell you something. When you want to, the relationship is work. There is no perfect person anywhere. Just so you know, I just want you to get that fact that there's no perfect person anywhere. Whoever you're going to date, okay, they're going to come with their flaws, with their imperfection, okay. But obviously, when you meet somebody you like, the person may also carry other attitude that you don't like, okay. It is you that will redirect that person slowly and mold that person to what you want, okay, slowly. That is how a relationship is, okay. So when you so let me just tell you something now. Try to get him into, like, face to face, into a situation that does not involve people. Try to, like, suggest, especially if he tries to hang out with you, right? Try to suggest a more quiet place to meet, okay. Because like I said, a more quiet place is a, people don't just drink in such places. Don't overdrink in such places, number one. Number two, it offers you the opportunity to get to know each other. Okay? Now, when you guys get in such places or you go out in such quiet place, then you can talk. You can ask questions. If someone is not opening up to you, you will ask questions, right? Personally, I do have, like, what I if I'm dating someone, there's some things I need to know about the person that are very important to me. And then if I meet the person, we go out, I will start asking the person those questions. Even the first day I meet somebody is the time I ask the person questions. I ask the person questions about themselves gradually, because I know that they are more likely to open up. They are more likely to just tell you things about themselves. Obviously, they are going to hide some things, but you are more likely to get information from them. Okay? If someone is not opening up to you, ask them questions. And when you ask them questions, look at them, look at their facial expressions. That is how you get to know people. All right? Because you are allowing it. That's it. That's just the truth. You are allowing it. You're the Queen of Pentacles. You have the power to redirect where you want to meet him. Okay? You have the power to redirect where you want to meet him. So, if you don't want to meet in the club, you will not meet in the club. That's the simple truth. Okay? He's already used to your energy. Now you can control where you want to meet him. That's just the truth. It's just the simple truth. Okay? So let him wait till he asks you out to meet him, at the club. And then you tell him, I really do not want to like meet in the club. Just politely, like I would just say I would really love to go to this place. I would really love to go to that place. Okay. So um then he will say, okay, all right, let's meet over there. If he doesn't like that place, then he can suggest another quiet place where you guys can meet. It's easy, very easy, okay? So that's just it. So what is your second question? So, how you get somebody to so let me just teach you a little bit of something. How you get as a woman, how you get somebody to, you know, depend on your energy. You do things for them, you do things for them. You let them get used to those things you do for them, and then you disappear a little. And then when you disappear a little, the person looks for you. Okay? When the person looks for you, then you will not suggest where you want to meet the person. That's just a little bit of trick you can use to redirect him from that club to somewhere else. Okay? I know other people that are listening to me, they'll be like, oh my gosh, Angelic Spring is so manipulative. As a woman, you need to have a little bit of manipulative skills. Not evil manipulation, okay? But wisdom manipulation. Can we please do oracle card over drinking situation? Okay, that will be your second question. That will be your second question. Then you said, what if we go into relationship? Does the old disappearing thing still work? Yeah, yes. So disappearance is the technique couples use to keep their partners, you know. See, even couples use it. There was one time I was listening to Dolly Parton, right? Some years ago. And in one of her interviews, she said, once her husband is bored with her and he starts misbehaving, how you know that a man is bored with you, they will start misbehaving, they will start taking you for granted. She said, once she realizes that her husband starts taking her for granted, she travels. And what that does is, distance kind of makes the heart grows fonder. So when she travels, the husband misses her. And when she comes back, everything goes back to normal. So yeah, you can use disappearance. And I don't mean going MIA. That's not what I mean, okay? For example, let me just describe something to you. For example, you know, you're in a relationship with someone, you call, he calls, you call, he calls. But then you start noticing you call, you call, you call. He calls once, you call three times, then you can stop calling, right? Those are the little tricks in relationship. Then you stop calling. And then he wonders, oh, why she not called? And then he calls you. So those are tricks that women use in their relationship. Don't be too available at all times. That's just it. Okay. Exactly. Exactly. So avoid like giving you give people distance if you notice that they are taking you for granted. If you're dating him and you notice that, oh, he's not up and doing the way you want him to, okay, then you take a break. You don't call. You do your own thing. You go for shopping on your own. Go out with friends, on your own without telling him. Okay? Just go do something fun with yourself without telling him. Have a life of your own. Okay? And he wonders, oh, Where is Elisa? Oh, I need to call her to know where she is. And he starts calling you, and then you get his attention back again. So that's how it is. Okay. So yeah, that's how it is. It's not nothing, nothing out of the ordinary. No stress, no offense, no anger, just disappear. Okay. All right. You said let's use the oracle card for the drinking stuff. Okay. You're welcome. Right. So will he stop drinking? Okay, I don't want to start with this oracle card. So let me start with the energy oracle card first. So let's start with the energy oracle card. Interesting energy. Wow. I'm not going to take this because I'm not going to take it. I didn't shuffle, okay? So let me show you the pattern of these cards. You will understand that he's not drinking because he really likes drinking, or he's not partying because he really loves it. So the first card says attachment. It means something cost it. Okay. And look at this. You have feeling like shit. You have egg on their face. And this says ashamed, backfired, got caught. This is the energy of cheating in a relationship. Okay. And then you have five of mirrors, like five of swords, tattletale. This is like some kind of hidden battle or some kind of quarrel and all that. And then you have gold digger. So if you look at the pattern of these cards, you will realize that his drinking is tied to heartbreak. Okay. His drinking is tied to disappointment, heartbreak, and a specific person that walked away from his life. Okay, a kind of specific betrayal, heartbreak situation costs him to drink and party more. Okay, because of emotional attachments. He emotionally attached to things and people. Okay, so he is using this to numb the effect. All right. If the attachment, that emotional attachment moves to you, right? His energy, his attention will gradually shift towards you. And then the attention he gives to partying and drinking will be reduced, like I said before. Okay? So that's not his social life. One time he said he works hard and plays hard. I don't know. People who plays hard do not drink every day or party every day. Okay, yes, they may go to party, drink and all that, but they don't do it every day. Okay, so people like that spend time working, and then when they actually want to party, they make sure they party. That doesn't mean heavy drinking and partying all day long, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, so the answer to your question is a yes. Okay, if you guys start a relationship and it gradually becomes emotionally attached to you, that energy will be shifted towards your direction. Okay, so um and you too do not always get drunk with him, because the minute you start get like, if you are always doing that with him, he would like identify it with your energy. He will feel like that is how you want it to be. Do you understand? But you have to communicate through your actions that you do not always want to party, you do not always want to get drunk. Okay, if you guys will go to party and you always get drunk, he will feel like you always like to get drunk. Okay, all right, so even though you are in such parties, do not get drunk, if that makes sense. All right, so that's what I see for his energy. So please give me your last question. Yes. I don't forget to update wetin I dey do now. Now just dey disturb person sef. Cash introduced me as his friend to his cousin one night at a restaurant. We were just there to say hi. I walked away to look at the restaurant. Did he say anything to his cousin about okay? I just wonder if he said anything, maybe not. So your question is, do you like did you say anything behind your back to your cousin, right? All right, so I say that there was actually an internal struggle inside of him. All right, he doesn't want to share, you know, too much. to his cousin. All right, so he definitely knew that it wasn't just friendship, okay, but he decided to tell his cousin that you guys are friends, and there's a lot of he's very anxious about coming out, telling he was very anxious about it, telling his cousin how he really feels about you, or how he felt about you. And even after telling his cousin that you guys are friends, he was haunted by it as well. He was worried about it because he knows that that's not who you are to him. Okay, but the vibe he gave his cousin, he gave the vibe like something along the line like maybe we'll work together, or we'll getting to know each other. So along that line of we are still getting to know each other vibe, okay, still figuring out the structure of the connection, okay. But one thing I noticed about his energy with the Six of Cups and the Knight of Wands, he was definitely proud to introduce you to his cousin, okay, but not wanting to, tell the cousin outrightly how he feels about you, okay. So there is pride, there is emotional satisfaction there as well. He did like the moments, he did like, you know, that point where, he showed you to his cousin. That's the most important thing for him. He felt proud, and he felt like some kind of small emotional victory to him. Okay, even if he didn't show it fully. All right. So the energy is light. Okay, his energy is light, curious, you know um trying to see how it made it just feel like it's not a very deep thing. It's not like it made it just seem casual to check for reactions, okay, to check for reactions, what his cousin would say. And basically, what I can hear from that conversation is, oh, she's cool, you know, she's cool. We hang out a lot. We're trying to get to know each other, things like that. Okay. But that was a moment for him in disguise. All right. And after that, he was actually haunted because he didn't say the full truth about what your relationship meant to him. All right. So this is a quiet. So you have the Four of Swords here, and then you have the Nine of Swords. So this is a quiet worry about the fact that he didn't completely open up to the cousin about who you are. Okay, but overall the energy looks good. All right. All I see is inner confliction that stems from, oh, should I open up completely, or should I not? Okay. So, but overall, the energy looks good. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, I really like the fact that, he's no longer where you used to meet him. You can actually tame him, you can actually mold him to what you want to with time. Okay. So that's what I have for you. I hope that helps. You're welcome. And thank you so much for your donation. And I wish you a fun day for the rest of the day. Wish you a great day. Do you think is an improvement for him? Of course, that's an improvement. Yeah, that is an improvement. All right. Thank you as well.